Angie.
Hey, everyone. Here again, every Monday, 7 o'clock. Sorry it was a little delay. Y'all know this whole virtual world, you got to go with it, right? So we have some connection issues here and there, but at the end of the day, we are dedicated to coming here every Monday, just giving you some great information or bringing some great people before you. So again, thank you all for tuning in to the RTV Radio Show. Stands for Restoring the Village, and that's what we're doing each and every Monday. We're spotlighting those that are in the community doing positive things, or just spotlighting some really good, information or issues in our city. Last week, really quickly before I even bring in our guest, I got two things to say before I bring them in. Sorry. I got to do it now, though. So one, we want to thank Monica LaPenta and Lance White. This past Friday, they officially launched their Be More Pasta, and now it's on sale. Brother Nance, isn't that nice?
Nice.
So I got to get some pasta. Make sure y'all get some pasta. We're going to do another show and dive more deeper in the nutritional facts and everything else, as well as continuing to promote that Be More Pasta. And before I bring in the guests, I want to say, Brother Nance and Kirsten Allen, we are so proud of you all for y'all grand opening this past weekend. Hey, this legendary lifestyle.
Yes,
So yes, I think you're there now, but it was a good look, and I was so happy to have been there, and we're very proud of you, Brother Nance and Kirsten Allen, and Marcus
Hatton.
Yeah, so I don't want to leave anyone out. So we're very proud of you guys. In the heart of
we're the Free Amigos. We're the Free Amigos. East Baltimore.
So I want to hear more about it, but we're going to bring our guests, and maybe near the end, I want you to talk about, the legendary lifestyle and how people can support that as well. But let's dive in, because, we're here to talk about buying homes or refinance. And I know I got my notebook, but I want to give official. Let me just say, I pulled something up off of a website, and I'm just going to read it. Hopefully it's all up to date. But our special guest for this evening is Mr. Eric Stewart. He's a branch manager over at, let me make sure I have this right. Here we go. So he is the branch manager over at the RealFi Home Funding. Hope I have that right. We're going to make sure we put that website on as well. But I wanted to read something. You can Google his name. He's been around. He's been in the news. He's been on Fox 45. He's been everywhere trying to get people loans and get people right, saving money. But on there, there's a website. I just want to read a small little snippet of him before I bring him in. Eric Stewart is a pillar in the community and the go-to guy for mortgages for millions of homeowners for more than 10 years. The former mortgage expert for Fox 45 Morning News.
Oh, yeah.
Eric has recommitted himself to helping families in Maryland get access to millions of dollars for responsible home ownership. So let me just say, thank you, Eric, for being our guest on the show. They call him the mortgage money mover, or the bank. So we are here today with our special guest, Mr. Eric Stewart. Hopefully that's a good intro. I'm not the pro like you, but
Thank you, Angie. You did a great job.
Okay. So listen, I don't know if there's anything I missed as far as intro or anything you want people to know. And then if not, I know you just had a town hall talking about the no-doc loans. I would love to hear about that and how people can benefit from these loans.
Got you.
Well, so again, thank you for coming on.
Not a problem. There's plenty to talk about in real estate and mortgages these days. As you know, so many people who are just getting into the market, getting qualified to purchase a home, are having real challenges because there's a lack of inventory, meaning that there are 10 people lined up to buy the same product. So think about that in, your regular life, daily life. What if, there was one big screen television and 10 people were trying to buy it? Of course, the laws of supply and demand come in play, and people start upping the bid. So what's happening is real estate values are going up because there are a lot of competitive offers. So the easiest way to win a competition is to pay more. And so what that's leading to is a lot of people that own a home currently, their existing home is going up in value, which is great. That means they're gaining equity. They're making money during the pandemic without going to work. So a home that was $200,000 last year before the pandemic, maybe $240,000 or $250,000 in value now because of all of the other sales in the neighborhood that are driving up prices and driving up value. So it's great for people that own a home who are committed to staying. They now have equity that they maybe can do things with, like access some of the money to do a new kitchen or, you know, revitalize their home, pull out cash, pay off bills that they maybe have accrued during the pandemic, lower their interest rate because mortgage money is cheap. And then people that are buying the homes, it's a two-edged sword. So whereas a person buying a home now, they are going to pay $230,000 or $240,000 for a home that may have been only $200,000 last year. However, they are using cheaper money. So mortgage interest rates are back down in the twos again, which even in the high threes, they were at the lowest interest rate they've been in over 50 years since they've been measuring interest rates. So for people to get interest rates in the twos, they literally are paying a payment on a $250,000 home that normally would be associated with a $175,000 home. So a whole lot of house for a little bit of money monthly. But the challenge is that there still is a lack of inventory out there. So folks are fighting to buy a home against one another. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, I was going to say, I know there's some homes I've seen a sign go up and like the next week it was like gone. They bought it. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, one weekend. A lot of times it's just a couple of days on the market and they have multiple offers that are competing against one another. You know, cash offers that are $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 above the asking price, which as the lender, we don't finance the extra. If the home doesn't appraise, then we'll only give financing for what the house appraises for. So if the house is listed for $200,000, the buyer and the seller agree that they're going to go ahead and do an agreement for $230,000, and the house only appraises for $210,000, we're only financing the $210,000. The buyer would have to come up with another $20,000, or the seller has to drop the price down to what the house is worth, not what someone is willing to pay, unless it's cash.
Okay. So when you say no doc loans, can you break that down what all of that entails? I mean, what are they looking at? Well, what are they not looking at? Can you just break that down so people would know?
So let's break down, first of all, a history on mortgages, a quick 20-year stat. So from the year 2000 up until about 2009, there were private investor loans. So these were not your traditional government-backed entities that were offering the loans, interest rates, terms, and guidelines. These were institutions that maybe took a certain set of guidelines that they created and said, these are the rules for borrowing money from us. And those loans became labeled as subprime loans or alt-A loans, non-prime, and some other nicknames that those loans took with them. And they've now gotten a black eye because of what happened with the market crash, but it wasn't because those were necessarily bad loans. It was because there was a misuse of those loans and then a stretching too far of those guidelines. So initially they were done with good intent, but the abuse of the loans by both consumer and Wall Street led to the mortgage and real estate crash. So lenders have been very slow to recreate this environment where anything other than the vanilla Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA loan was available for people trying to buy a house. But those loans aren't always a good fit for, let's say, a self-employed person who, let's say your business makes, $500,000 a year, but in the interest of paying less taxes, your accountant says it costs you $450,000 to run the business. So now you're only really showing on paper $50,000, or maybe you started up the business a couple of years ago and you're still writing off stuff and claiming a loss on the business. But that person has excellent credit, a ton of money in the bank, but are being told no, they can't buy a home. So these types of loans are good for people like that, whose documentation for their income and their employment may not add up to what they actually can afford and qualify for. Another example, a student at Johns Hopkins whose parents are in Israel and, send them $20,000 a month to live on, a trust fund baby, as we like to say. Person afford to buy a $500,000 home while they're here at Hopkins in school? Yes, they can, but not because they have a job that pays them $200,000 a year. It's because mommy and daddy have money. And so these types of for special situations like that, where, the round peg doesn't fit in the square hole, as I like to say. So, so the basic premise is, if you've got good credit and you can put a substantial down payment on a house, you're probably going to make your payment every month. Does that make sense? A person is more likely to not make a payment if they have a lower credit score and only have a few $1,000s invested in the home. If things get tight, what are they walking away from? In this case, you have someone buying a $500,000 home who has put $100,000 into the purchase. They're not going to so easily just walk away from $100,000 in cash that they've invested in the home, right? Because they've got they have skin in the game. So these no-doc loans are not risky because the buyer has a vested interest in making sure the money gets repaid.
Okay. And this is good for anyone buying a home and refinancing, correct?
Financing. So someone may want to refinance and pull cash out. They may be on retirement income, or still same situation, be self-employed and unable to really document what their real income is. Maybe, the wife is on the loan, but the husband's a big breadwinner, but he has a bad credit score. Well, the wife can now go ahead and pull cash out. They can get the new kitchen that they were looking to do. So there's tons of scenarios that this loan works for. And what I found is that these non-qualified mortgages, meaning these non-government or FHA or conventional loans, have a variety of different products, not just the no-doc. There's the light doc, there's a 24-month bank statement, the 1099. I'm well-versed in all of these asset depletion loans, and they're unique products that are for unique situations that normally don't fit into the box.
Okay.
So it's allowing us to give opportunity to a ton of people. The reason it was so groundbreaking for us to announce the no-doc loan in particular is because that loan is available, almost a mirror image of it, for real estate investors to buy rental properties. But for it to now be opened up and allow for consumers who are purchasing a new home or those that are existing homeowners to do this type of loan on their owner-occupied residence is huge. It is
What's called a no-doc loan.
Allow opportunity for tons of people to come back into this market and buy a home.
I think Brother Nance, it might be a little delay, so sorry about this, but Brother Nance, I think he was saying, yeah, so basically, yes, Brother Nance, it's called the no-doc loans, or I don't know if Eric is just calling it that, but yeah, so the no-doc loans for that.
So when you say good credit for like those that are looking to do real estate development or investment, does credit play a role in development as well as individual? Like, how does that work? What is the credit for right now?
So in particular, this loan that we're speaking of, the no-doc loan, is the one we're talking about for someone to buy a home to live in, or for someone to refinance the home that they live in. The development piece and loans for investors, this type of product has been available to them, from hard money loans down to the DSCR product, which just goes off of the performance of the real estate. And those credit scores can be as low as a 620 score. And they still can get those loans without showing their tax returns, their pay stubs, having a job, anything. Just being a real estate investor, having a decent score, having enough money to put down, and having a property. Let's say the property has a mortgage of $1,000, and on paper it shows that that property can attract a $1,500 rent. That's a deal, and we're going to close on that loan in less than 30 days.
Yeah, I need to talk to you, buddy. I need to talk to you.
Angie, I think you're muted. We didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. I told you the whole virtual world. So I was saying, yes, with refinancing, I get excited about that. I used to always kind of be shy away from it, but I've been in my house for almost 18 years, and definitely something to look into. Mine's is pretty low.
You never.
So I never refinanced. We'll talk. But I'm just saying, it's good to know that, these opportunities or, things are available, these loans. Yeah, I never refinance. That's pretty low. But yeah, this is actually good. And I think you've helped a few people that I know. So I know this is definitely a great opportunity for anyone who's looking to buy. And I guess I'm curious, is this somewhat, because I know you mentioned about the 2009 market crash, or 2009 time. I'm just wondering, is this because of the pandemic? Like, what's really driving the no-doc loans and helping the consumers and existing residents? What's actually the driving force of that? As I know before, it was the market crash. What now?
So actually, loans like this that became loans that were abused by Wall Street as well as by consumers.
Okay.
Were a big cause of the market crash. Because basically they were handing out money like it was candy and having no qualification. So this loan product, back in the day, you would have someone with a 500 credit score who had never paid anybody anything on time, able to purchase a home. So that is just a recipe for disaster. They're just giving out money and then packaging those bad loans into mortgage-backed securities and selling them on the secondary market to big investors, especially those international investors who didn't know any better. And it just all came to a head. I feel blessed that I've never built my business on doing bad loans, because there were mortgages that were available where they were available to abuse. And if you just were churning loans and not educating your client base, but I never built my practice on that, and that's why I was able to stay in the business for the last 24 years straight, God bless, without ever closing or changing my business model or moving over to any different industries. I've always just positioned myself as the go-to person for mortgages. As you know, I had the morning segment on Fox 45 Morning News for 8 years, and I had my own television show. I had my own radio show for 6 years on 3 different networks, 3 times a week, I should say, and have done all of the big major events that come to Maryland. The financial piece of run all aspects of those operations. We adopted a local elementary school. We give back and have always, had that side of the business. And so I'm very proud of the work that I've done in the mortgage industry. I run a successful operation and have just a dedicated team who is just, again, carrying on the legacy of doing great work and helping people get in and not just get a home, but to keep it.
Keep it. Yeah, I was gonna say that. So it's phenomenal to hear. Like, I think so. Of course, the show, the whole restoring the village, being a village, the giving back is exciting. I just have a question because it's now, my little community ears came in, Brother Nance. Brother Nance probably already know where I'm going, but so to hear like the giving back part, I'm wondering. So let me ask 2 questions. So one is there like a aspiration date or whatever that these no doc loans will kind of cease out, and then 2, would you be willing to do this like to help community associations, because there are people that maybe like myself need to get the information and maybe refinance, but are you willing to do that for the community on a broader level, meaning at these community associations or maybe during this forum? I recently became president of NECA, which is a Northeast community organization. So we have a lot of community associations under the umbrella, and we're always looking at ways to help residents, like you just said, not just to buy it, but to keep it. And so I'm just wondering about those 2. So hopefully you heard the first question, aspiration date, and then the other one, would you be willing to go further?
Yes, we are totally committed to partnering with a lot of the community organizations. We are a preferred lender, both in the Bel Air Edison community, as well as Home Free USA, which is a big nonprofit that offers education for first-time home buyers to help them to learn the things that they need to know, as well as to get grant money to help them to purchase homes. So we keep our finger on the pulse of helping to build the community. If you just,
Awesome.
look a little bit of my background, you'll see that we adopted a local elementary school many years ago, Utah Marshburn Elementary School. I was honored by the mayor and city council at the State of the City address. We gave a big Bob Barker check for $3,500 to the school. We replenished their and they basically, the previous administration had cleaned the school out. It was 2 weeks before school started, and they had no supplies whatsoever. We basically took the entire school. We showed up with 2 truckloads of equipment, new drum sets, sports equipment, pens, paper pads, everything the kids needed, a new copy machine, a new refrigerator, and microwave for the teacher's lounge. The school couldn't wait for North Avenue to react, and so I took it upon myself to just step in and do the thing.
Which school was this again?
Utah Marshburn Elementary.
Okay, yeah.
So it's right at the corner of Utah and McMecken.
Yeah.
But I got stories like that for days. I'm
gonna write it down in my ear.
I'm the captain of the Financial Empowerment Village for the African American Heritage Festival, formerly known as AFRAM. When LeBron Finney was running the festival, would attract 500,000 people over a 3-day period. And basically there were 3 villages. One was financial empowerment. So we brought over 60 vendors into that village to give back to the community all the information and resources that they needed financially. There was a health village as well, if you remember the layout of the festival, and that's what it was all about. So we've just constantly over the years just stayed with that same initiative to stay grounded here in the DMV, even though I do loans in Colorado, DC, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey. I know where home base is, and we've stayed well grounded with our community. And, you know, just from my local appeal on the morning news and having my own television show here locally, it has always been most important for me to reach out to the folks around me.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Brother Nance, you have any questions here? It's strange when he's quiet over there. That means he likes this information.
Great information, man. I mean, great information, man. Always important.
Oh, he's breaking up. I think we heard it though, but yeah. All right. So, okay, go ahead, Brother Nance. You still talking? It's breaking up.
I was just saying that the brother's a champion for the community. So I mean, you know, sometimes when I don't say nothing because I listen.
Oh. All right. So I just know we really appreciate you coming on today to talk about this. As I stated, I don't know if you answered it or not, but is there a time frame to qualify for the no-doc loan?
You did ask that question, but
it's okay.
I was gonna get a little more clarity from you, but now I understand what your question is. So my thought was, were you asking about the particulars of the loan, whether it was balloon note or something like that? It's a straight 30. The availability of the loan, should people, you know, rush to do it? And the answer is no. This loan is going to be available. There's no pressure to jump all over it before all the money is gone. It's not that type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Never speak to my clients in a sales type of voice. I always want my clients to be comfortable, to make sure they weigh their decision, because I'm not looking for customers. I want clients that are going to be with me for 20 years. So Angie, like refinancing 18 years, you're the perfect client for me, because I would be advising you whether you're doing a transaction or not. The point is not to hope to do a deal for someone. The hope is to develop the relationship, and then every loan that they need to do at some point in their life, they're going to come to you for it, because you are the trusted professional, not the guy in town, or I saved $30 over here. Price out the window when you're doing highly impactful work and information. So for instance, I use the analogy a lot of times: if your daughter needed a surgery, would you take her to the clinic, or would it go to the family surgeon? You're going to go to the family surgeon, because it's important to you that it be done right, as someone you trust, that's going to advise you honestly, and that you know the work is going to get done. Do this.
So
Here's what you should do.
So it's more relational than transactional. That's your approach.
Totally. Never.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's how we do it at our cafe.
Say it again.
I said that's how we carry our business model. Like, it's never just transactional. It's always relational. It's always trying to get to the bottom. Like you said, once you're a trusted source, you know, like, the relationship will last long beyond the one transaction. Yeah, I give kudos.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I love that. So, how could, because I know your time is precious. So one thing is, you're always welcome to come back on, Eric, anytime. I mean, you're the pro. You've been on the TV and all that. But again, we appreciate your time. How could people, get your information? Could you just throw that out there? But I hope, I don't know if my producer's back there or not, maybe we can pull up the website, but the website is rhfunding.com. But how could people get in contact with you if they were interested in the no-doc loans?
I'm very easy to reach, and we're big on communication. So feeling like you're dealing with a robot, I must say that the new age, some of it is okay, but when you're dealing, like if your doctor told you to go online and fill it out, like that feels very impersonal. I'm dealing with someone with hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars that we're discussing. My phone always works. You can call and talk about it. Now, we do use text and technology to help with the process. We are paperless, so we're very secure, but I believe in sitting down and touching and talking to folks. So I always give my phone number first, which is 410-844-3930. And you're not going to be sent one for Spanish and two. You actually will call. You'll talk to a person. You need to talk to me. Believe me, they'll transfer you to me, and you'll speak to me directly. The other ways is, of course, on social media, Eric E. Media Stewart on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm on a few of the others as well. But you can always reach me by phone. It's the easiest way is to just reach out and say, hey, here's my situation. I would like to get some information. Email is easy, estewart@rhfunding.com. That's estewart@rhfunding.com. But again, it's Eric Stewart. You can just give me a call, 410-844-3930. And you and Brother Nance are doing a great job, Angie. I want you to keep up the good work. If you need me on any of your community initiatives, or if you'd like me to come back as a guest on occasion just to give more information to your listeners about home ownership or about when is the right time to refinance, I will be happy. That was a jab thrown at you, by the way.
I know, you saw me smile. Listen, I'm definitely going to call you.
But I appreciate you guys having me.
I would love to try to see how we can do a lunch and learn over in East Baltimore at the cafe. You know what I'm saying? How we can coordinate something like that.
Hey, Brother Nance, what phone number can I reach you on? Because I actually have something coming up that I have not chosen a venue for, so maybe we can make that happen sooner than later.
Absolutely. 443 310 3171.
3171. Got you. Okay,
I
will reach out to you tomorrow and we can take it from there. Of course, Angie, you and I talk multiple times a day, anytime you need me. And I'll reach out to you tomorrow, or you can reach out to me tomorrow as well.
I give thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Great show. I appreciate it.
All right. Okay. And Brother Nance, don't leave. All right, Eric. Thank you so much. Brother Nance.
Yes.
Before we end it, I wanted to say back to you with the whole legendary lifestyle. I want to give you this couple minutes to just talk about that experience. I mean, you was just like, it was phenomenal. One thing I want to say, and I'm very proud of you. And I want to give you that time to talk about that.
Well, it was a long time coming.
And you didn't have any rap on me either, y'all. I'm the sister.
And, the beautiful thing about the whole Legendary Lifestyle Cafe, we actually showed what our 3 pillars are, which is community, culture, wellness. Like that was fully on display during the grand opening, and for us to open our doors for the first time today, you know, and to have customers, people that came through, some we knew, some we didn't know. I mean, to see our young staff, like the most exciting thing for me was just getting the feedback from people about how our young staff, you know, and so that's what it really was about, you know. So when people support us, you know, they allow us to continue to pay young people. So it's not about putting money in my pocket or in my business partner's pocket. It's really about us giving youth opportunities, being an asset coming to a community, you bringing a business to be an asset. You want to be something that the community is proud of. You know, I believe that the community was proud of what we brought to the table on Saturday and what we're going to do moving forward. So I just would tell everyone, you know, support our brand, Legendary Lifestyle Cafe. Over here from 8 to 6, Monday to Saturday. 100% all real food. No fake foods over here. We all everything needed craft, including our restaurant partner, another community partner. So you see, I was all about community partnerships and all that. Like, I don't want to make restaurants, so why not get with a sister who makes that very well? You know what I mean? Shout out to something good. You know, something good, did a good job. We dealt with small business, large business. We dealt with so Legendary Lifestyle Cafe, 3101 North Broadway Street. Love for you guys to come get some of this third good tuna melt. You know what I mean? And you know, that's another thing I like about our cafe.
I didn't try that. I had the smoothie.
Which smoothie you
had? I had the Gladys Night.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. My daughter, she the baby, your niece, she built her own.
What did she build?
So she just wanted to. I think she got the strawberry and the banana. That was it. But she wanted banana.
But you see how like even like having conversations about the names of the products sparks different things with children. You know what I mean? Like everything we did was very intentional, from down to the scrub uniform. You know what I mean? Because we not, you know, we're not selling you products, like we're delivering help. You know what I mean? So we want people to feel like we walk to our cafe. I was
gonna say, it looked like it was in the hospital. Yes.
I mean, you know, you ain't getting good food like that in the hospital. I can tell you that for sure. We definitely get good food, good loving, good energy over at Legendary Lifestyle Cafe. Like, that's what we pride ourselves on. Again, community, the culture, the wellness. If I had to break it down, we owners, my partner, Kirsten, represents the community, even though I that do, but I represent culture. Mark represents well.
Are they there now?
No, Kirsten's here right now. She can hear.
Okay. Hey, Kirsten. Hey, girl.
She's working as usual. Kirsten, you know,
I know. I told her, you know, I forgot to get a picture, but she was like on the go. So I was like, hey, I'm going to be nice today. Hey, girl. Hey, sis. How are you? So again, I know you heard, but I was just saying I'm very proud of you guys, and you know, we're gonna make sure. How can people support you, or can you please let everybody know where you're located?
You can support us by visiting us. You can support us by visiting us Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6 p.m. At 1301 North Broadway Street. One thing about our cafe that we're making sure we pride ourselves on, that when you come into our cafe at 8 o'clock, we're ready to go. You're not coming in there saying we're preparing anything. So whatever you order, whether it's avocado toast, whether it's oatmeal, whether it's a waffle, a vegan gluten-free waffle, or even one of our legendary salads, everything is prepared, fresh, ready to go. So we just want to make sure we bring supreme products to the community. So if they want to support us, we would love to see these smiling faces and your good energy and good vibration at 1301 North Broadway. We do have outside seating that we created. We created people. We got some outside seating. We're supposed to be doing Taco Tuesday tomorrow because Kirsten got these nice nachos that she makes. We're doing karaoke on Saturday.
Ooh,
Saturday karaoke. You know, and if anybody need a space, you know, to rent for like you know, information session, tasting, whatever that they would like to do, you know what I mean? You know, we're here for that. We don't really charge really high rate. You know, we want to just to our space, you know, share what they have. So again, want to support Legendary Lifestyle Cafe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all Legendary Lifestyle. Lifestyle Cafe, the website www.legendarylifestylecafe. And right now we have an amazing lunch combo where you get a salad, you get a choice of 12-ounce beverage, whether it's a smooth sugar cane juice or a regular 12-ounce cold pressed juice for $15. Can't beat that way. So I just want to say peace and power. Thank you. So I am co-host of radio. We don't really get a chance to share. We all work so hard. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So one day we are going to go back to trying, have the whole interview.
I told you we can do. I told you we can host.
That's why I said maybe we can do it there.
Down here. We can host a restore in the village down here one Monday.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna try to do that. That would be awesome. We got to make sure. I got a hot spot, so we're gonna make sure bring that if it helps. And yeah, that could possibly be it. But yeah, I'm very excited about all that's happening. We love to make sure that the Restoring the Village, our podcast is highlighting the positivity in our city. I mean, we hear enough of the negative things, but there are so many great things going on in our city. And I'm just so grateful to have that, this platform. Look at him, he's tired. I had a couple of days off.
And I still got a job. And I still work a 9 to 5. So not only am I running a cafe, I'm also doing community work at a school in West Baltimore. So it's like the work don't stop when you're trying to restore the village and be a change agent. The work stop, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, I can tell that I'm getting older because I definitely take that. I definitely go to school early. So,
So listen, I miss being around people. So we're going to make sure that we probably, even if it's a here and there, maybe other week or once a month, we try to go there on site. We'll see. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Make it
we'll see how it can work. So again, we had Eric Stewart here. He was the branch manager over at RealFi Home Funding. He put his information out. I love that he's very personable. So he gave his personal contact number. If anyone missed it and they are interested in this no-doc loan or trying to refinance or buy a home, like this is the time to do it. They're not looking at a lot of these documentations that they usually are. He said as low as a 620 credit scores. I mean, I'm over here taking notes. But his phone number is 410-844-3930. We will make sure we put it in the comments. Please, even if you're coming on later and you're seeing this because it is live now, but if you're coming on later, please make sure you share this information with others. That's how we are becoming a village. We're helping one another to learn how we can save money. Like he said, the money is there, and so this has been going on for so long for real estate investors, but here we are, the consumers and residents and homeowners, and we can we can refinance and we can, qualify for this help. And so he's definitely, like I said, he's a former mortgage expert. He was on the Fox 45 Morning News. He's been doing this for 20 plus years. And I'm just excited, as he stated, building relationship. And the best thing he said is that he gives back to the community. Hello, like this is what we're going to do. So when you're supporting this brother here, that this brother is going to be giving back to the community. Same with Brother Nance and Kirsten and Marcus, like you guys, that your dollars are going to go back to the community. That's a big deal. And even this broadcast. So big shout out to our producer, Diamond K, thank you so much for all that you're doing, but that's what we're doing. We are recycling this whole thing. We are being a village and we're giving back. Anything, Brother Nance, before I go out?
I was playing some of Diamond K's new album the other day when I was juicing. I said, okay, Diamond K.
Come on, Diamond K, we're gonna have you look. Oh gosh, I gotta listen to it. I'm very proud of that brother there too. All right, guys, it is our time. Again, we're here every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Just running our YAP, but our YAP is really bringing out some information and knowledge to our community. So keep listening, keep sharing, and keep supporting. Thank you all for tuning in to the RTV radio show here with my co-host and brother Nance. Look, I was just looking over because the little one is tagging me. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Same time, same place.
Power.